Hello and welcome to How Not to Draft Magic the Gathering. Arena's been having some problems lately with their quick drafts. It should be available, but it's not. They've sent out actually free token awards to, I guess, apologize. So let's go ahead and use one of those draft tokens on a Premier draft. It is a little bit of a different draft experience, so don't worry, we'll screw this one up too. Alright, so here we have Pack 1, Pick 1, Food Fight. Artifacts have pay 2, deal, sacrifice it and deal 1 damage to any target, plus the number of permanents named Food Fight you control. In Standard, sure, we can build around this pretty well. In Draft, you're only going to have the one, it's not going to do anything. Shared Animosity is our Enchanting Tales. Whenever a creature attacks, it gains +1 power for each other attacking creature that shares a type. So that's going to be a tribal deck. There is Rats Tribal in this, so that's pretty good. We do have a lot of blue here, and the blue-white signpost, which we'll go ahead and start off with just because it's here. The blue-white is your tap archetype. We may or may not go into blue-white depending on what is open, but at least this gives us something to pick for this pack because we ran out of time. Let's see, here we have Cheeky House Mouse is white. It's not really, it's more on the Auras archetype than the tap archetype. Transmuter is definitely on the tap archetype, so that kind of fits in with what we've got. Roll, Scry, Instance, not really anything that we'd be doing with that. Pie Wielder, Celebration, Double Strike, very good. Spell Stutter, counter spells are always very good. Candy Grapple, possibly one of the best removal spells in the format. Feed the Cauldron, more removal. I think I'm gonna go with Transmuter here. It's got the adventure to tap something down and curse it, so you can make their really big into a 1/1 and tap it down, which then goes along with your Sharae plan. Whenever you tap something, you draw a card, so that gives us some card advantage off of that. Princess Takes Flight, exile something, give something +2, and then you return it. This is very good with Bargain, because if you bargain this, then the creature just stays exiled. So that is really good. So nice premium removal. We just need to find some bargain. Moment of Valor, also really good removal. But like Diminisher Witch, when ETBs, if it was bargained, curse something. So that's really good. You can do Princess Takes Flight, get your +2 in flying, and then before the third turn, Diminisher Witch, bargain it, the enchantment removes, and so that creature just stays exiled because that return trigger never triggers. Here we have another Princess Takes Flight, which is really good, but that means I'm really going to need these bargain. I think I'm actually going to take Archive Dragon here over the second Princess Takes Flight because it is just a really big flying beat stick, and that Ward 2 is going to be hard to overcome. Quick Study is going to be my second pick out of this pack, which it's not going to come back around to me, but I mean, instant speed, draw 2 cards is just amazing. But yeah, between Takes Flight and Dragon, I've already got Princess Takes Flight, so we're definitely going with the Archive Dragon here. Second Archive Dragon, yeah, I'll take that. Vantress Transmuter, once again, it's got that same tap ability. And that's really all I've got. So, I mean, yeah, one additional mana and you get a flying. I think we'll go with the Dragon here. To Unveil Guide is also white, but it's more Celebration, so I'd have to have 2 things enter the battlefield in order to get the 3/3 flyer. I think I'm still going to go with the Dragon here because it's just good on its own. Alrighty, Armory Mice, Celebration, Charmed Clothier, Flying, Royal Roll, Savior of the Sleeping, runs enchantments, same with the Keep Guard, Freeze in Place, taps, puts 3 stun counters on it so it's gone for a while. And that one cares about big things. So Freeze in Place is going to be the one that kind of goes with Sharae. Armory Mice might be a good pick just because it's an early creature, and at 3 power it's a good early creature. It doesn't really go along with my white-blue very well, other than just putting a body down, so we're going to keep the Freeze in Place here. Mice come back again with Johan's Stopgap. This is a bargain card, which I did say that we absolutely needed. And it bounces, so I mean that's always good, right? So 2 mana with the bargain. Return a non-land permanent. If you target a token, then that token's just gone. And there are a lot of tokens, especially with the auras. So you could target the aura token, or you could target the creature that the aura is on. And just depending on the situation. Let's see. Crystal Grotto, very good mana fixing. ETB Scry, and then you can filter. We've got Disdainful Stroke is a good counter spell, but I think I'm going to go with the Transmuter here on this one, because once again, it's got that tap adventure to it, plus it's a 3/4 body for 4 on the backside. So still, I mean, it's not a bad card. I am kind of light on white currently, so I might want to look into possibly going maybe blue-green, because white does not appear to be that open. Break the spell destroys an enchantment. It's possibly good. Another Transmuter. That's just going to be really, really, like, high cost, I guess. I mean, yeesh. So the Pie Wielder, the 2/3 potential double strike, or cursed. I've got a lot of cursed rolls going around. The Scry is always nice. And it has a chance to copy an instant or sorcery. I can copy the adventure mode on Transmuter, so that is a way to get even more value out of that. We said we wanted bargain. We picked the Diminisher Witch earlier, so let's just go ahead and grab it this time, because we do want that bargain for Princess Takes Flight. Let's see. Tap something, scry, draw. That definitely goes on theme because we do want to tap things down. Definitely does a little bit better than just destroying an enchantment. Transmute. Alright, we've got playset of Transmuters. I think, we're good on that. Okay, we've got Huntsman's Redemption is our rare. Create a beast token, and then I can sack to tutor. And then I can give stuff plus and trample. Grasp of Fate, exile something. So it's an O-ring. Alright. O-rings are always nice. I definitely like that here. Hopeful Vigil, create a 2/2 knight. And then I can sacrifice this to scry. Nothing else is really on the white-blue plan. So I think we're just going to go ahead and take the Oblivion Ring with Grasp of Fate. Repercussion, whenever creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to its controller. Very good red card. I am not in red, however. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery, create a sorcerer roll. A bargain card. If it was bargained, return an instant or sorcery from graveyard to hand. Not bad. I think I'm going to go with either Stockpiling Celebrant here, which will allow me to reuse cards like my Transmuter, or Hopeful Vigil. I think I really like having the 2-drop, because I don't have a lot in the early game. I think that's going to be better for me. And then I've got that scry trigger later on. Oh my, I cannot believe that this has gotten to me. Horned Lock Whale, instant or sorcery, you can bounce something with Lagoon Breach, but then for 6 mana it comes down as a 6/6 Ward 2. I mean, that is just going to be a huge finisher. I cannot pass that up. Knightly Valor gives something +2 in Vigilance. Prankster is Flying Vigilance. Mill 4, not really entertaining. Another bounce on a big stick, so Gatekeeper is another one there. Johan's Apprentice. This is the red-blue signpost card, which we're not in red-blue, but it's always good to see what the other decks are doing. Another Johan Apprentice Summoner. I think here, though, we're not going to look at Stopgap. I think we've got enough bargain. Enters the battlefield, I can pay 2 to tap something down and put a stun counter on it. I do like tapping things down, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. Prophetic Prism. Very good bargain fodder. It when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, so it replaces itself, and as an artifact, it can be sacrificed to any of these bargain cards. But if I wasn't going to take Sprite here, I'd probably take Moment of Valor for the removal. But Sprite is definitely my... Holy crap! Sharae number 2, absolutely. Don't even have to think about it. The only other card in this pack I really like is Ice Out, which is a bargain counterspell. But, I mean, I'm going to slam Sharae here and be happy. Likeness Looter, very nice rare. If I was in black, that would definitely be good. Splashy Spellcaster, we saw that one earlier. Into the Fey Court, draw 3 cards, create a fairy. I mean, not bad. Bounce, draw 2. I think the Quick Study is my play here. It's either that or Spellcaster, but I already have so many 4-drops. I mean, that's just not really going to do me much of anything. So we're going to go for the Quick Study there. The draw 2 cards. This would be either a toss-up between Living Lectern, it's a 0/4 early game blocker, or Spreading Seas. I can enchant somebody's like single planes to make it an island and basically screw them off of a color. But we're going to go ahead and take the Lectern here because, yeah, that's a little bit better, I think. On color, I've got Quick Study, or we have Ariet's Tempting Apple. When it enters the battlefield, I can gain control of a creature until end of turn, and then I can sacrifice the apple to either gain 3 life or deal 3 damage to my opponent. So that is very good reach, but I think we're going to go with the Quick Study. I got to do Prowler, but I really don't have anything of 5 mana or higher, just the Dragon and the Lock Whale, so not a whole lot of synergy. So I think I'm going to go with the Prism here, because that will, like I said, it's very good bargain fodder. I don't really care about the mana fixing, but to have something that I can bargain with is good. What is Tome Seeker? Bargain. Return instant or sorcery from graveyard. Okay. I wonder if that can hit my, probably not my enchantment, or my, adventures. But, I mean, sure, we'll give it a look. So Prankster returned, and Gatekeeper returned. I think I'm going to go with Gatekeeper here. The adventure, bounce, and then it's another, like, really big finisher. Moment of Valor, wield, so that's actually on color, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Twin Veil Guide is on color, doesn't really do a lot for the deck. And into the Fey Court. Everything is on color. Wow! Oh! Oh, we're up pack 3. Ha! I thought that was pack... But, alright, so, Expel the Interlopers. Yeah, I thought that was the last pack, and I thought we had our deck. I was ready to go. But no, we've got a whole nother pack to go, and opening this gives us Expel the Interlopers. A freaking board wipe? Yeah, I'm not going to turn that down in my blue-white control deck. Curiosity, very good if you've got flyers, which, I mean, fairies is an archetype. Put it on something. Go to town with it. We've got another gatekeepers here that might wheel alchemist, unassuming sage. So we're going to be looking for those to come back around. Here we've got Mocking Sprite. Makes instants and sorceries cost less. That does count against my adventures. So that is very good. The only other thing here really would be Splashy Spellcaster, which is a 4-drop, and I really have a whole lot of 4+ drops. Moment of Valor for its removal aspects, but that wheeled around last pack, so chances are it'll wheel around again. So I think I'm going to go with the Sprite here. Because that casting cost reduction on my adventure cards will be really nice. Let's see here. We've got Troyan, Gutsy Explorer, the green-blue signpost. We've got another Living Lectern, another Diminisher Witch, and a Stockpiling Celebrant, which we didn't really get to do much with the last time it came around. So I would say between Diminisher Witch and Celebrant, let's probably go with the Celebrant. I don't have a whole lot of stuff that I can bargain with. So I think having Celebrant, and then when I do have things like Diminisher Witch, it comes into the play, and it creates that Cursed Roll token that is 2 permanents that can then trigger Stockpiling Celebrant's Celebration. Oh wait, no, she's not a Celebrant. She just bounces something. I'm sorry, my bad. I had the wrong card. Sharae number 3. That will pretty much ensure that I see Sharae every match, and I definitely want that because this is the card my deck is built around. Anytime I tap some of my opponent's stuff, I draw more cards. So I definitely, absolutely need to have her on the battlefield. The only other cards really here that I'm worried about or would be looking for would be the Cursed Courtier. Maybe that'll wheel around, maybe not. We'll see. Nope, that's black. Gallant Pie Wielder, Celebration, potential double strike, Besotted Knight. It is a 4-drop, but it's got that 1-drop Royal Roll, so that's kind of something. Misleading Motes is a bounce. Ginger Brute is always good as an early aggro, but my deck isn't really aggro, so I think I want the Spell Stutter here. I don't have any fairies, so it's not really going to leak more than 2, but still, that potential counterspell at the right time can be very, very good. So we're either going to do the Spell Stutter Sprite here again, which does tap something down, or Obira's Attendants. That, once again, is a very big, beefy flyer. I think we're going to go with the Spell Stutter Sprite because of that tap synergy. Frostbridge Guard does tap things down. That's what my deck wants to do, and it's a 2-drop, which I sorely need. So we're definitely going to go with that here. Compulsion is good card advantage. You can discard cards out of your hand to filter them through. So that's a very good Enchanting Tales. I've got nothing on this pack. So either Armory Mice or Misleading Motes. The creature would probably do me better than the bounce, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. Alright, so this is our first pack. We got both Aquatic Alchemist and Unassuming Sage wheeled back to us. They are both 2-drops, but I think we're going to go with the Adventure on Alchemist. The spells doesn't really jive with the deck very much, but, well, Spellcaster it is, because nothing else is on color. We'll go for another Diminisher Witch, I suppose. We'll take the Grotto. The Scry is going to be better than just, a random combat trick, I think. Absolutely nothing here, so we'll take the Enchanting Tales for my collection. And we're done. Alright, time for cuts. Let's see. First thing I'm going to cut is probably this Crystal Grotto, because I normally run 16 lands, and so we'll just go ahead and keep it at 16 lands. The grotto is good for filtering, but I mean, I've only got the 2 colors. I shouldn't need to filter anything. I do have an overabundance of 4 drops, so I think my first order of business is going to be to drop Spellcaster. We'll keep Stopgap because I do want the bargain for Princess Takes Flight. I want to make sure I have a bargain card there. Twinville Guide, I will go ahead and drop, along with at least one of those. Probably come back for more. Prophetic Prism, we'll go ahead and drop that. I don't think I need that. Interesting. If you've got Princess Takes Flight, you know, turn 1, exile, turn 2, +2, stockpiling Celebrant to bounce Princess Takes Flight, and then you can exile something else again. So, I mean, that's a really good synergy. I think we'll go ahead and cut Moment of Valor. Yeah, we'll cut the mice. They don't really do a whole lot here. I do like the tap. Alchemist. Like I said, I don't really have a whole lot of the spells matter, so we'll get rid of that. Keep Guard we'll go ahead and drop. I still have 7 more cards that I have to cut. We'll go ahead and cut one of the Archive Dragons. I don't think I need that much of a top end. Fey Court is really nice. I do like the draw 3. I don't think the 1/1 fairy does very much for me. We'll go ahead and cut another transmuter. We'll go ahead and cut one of the witches. If I've got the Fey Court, I don't think I need all. You know what? Actually, I think I'd rather have more quick studies than Fey Courts. Really? Alright, so we've got the quick study to draw 2 cards. The Fey Court drew 3. So, I mean, but I can do this at instant speed, which means I can keep up, like, Spell Stutter, and then if they don't do anything, then I can quick study. I do like the bargain on Diminisher Witch. Definitely keeping my removal, definitely keeping my bounce there. I do have 3 more cards I need to cut. So we'll cut Lectern. So I have 3 bargain cards plus 1 Celebrant. So I have 4 ways of getting rid of Princess Takes Flight. Because it's very, very important that the opponent doesn't get that card back that I exiled. So I honestly can't think of any other cards I want to cut out of here. I suppose Duel. It doesn't really do much of anything. It creates a curse token, which is kind of light removal, but not really. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. And one of the quick studies. Sharae is going to be my main source of card draw, so I shouldn't need a whole lot of quick studies because I should hopefully be tapping stuff down, because that makes Freeze in Place a tap, that makes Plunge into Winter a draw. Both of my Snare Master sprites potential draws. I mean, Frostbridge Guard draw every turn. So I mean, I think I'm okay cutting the draw because I'll have incidental draw off of Sharae. And so I think this is the deck we're going to go with. Let me know in the comments below what cuts you would have made, what you think would have made a better deck, and we'll see how this pile of cards does. Alright, so we have 3 mana into O-Ring and Celebrant. So I do have Princess Takes Flight comboing with Celebrant, so I've got some removal here. I don't really have a win con, but we'll go ahead and see what happens. They have nothing. This is a sorcery, so I cannot cast that unless they cast something first. And they are just ramping. Alright. Well, I can't do anything because they don't have anything for me to do. I could Grasp of Fate their food token, but it just doesn't seem... I guess I'm not doing anything. Wow, this is not how we drew this up. Okay, Red Tooth Genealogist. Bargain. Turn instant or sorcery from graveyard to hand. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and just do Gatekeeper here. So we'll go ahead and bounce their Genealogist. And pass the turn, because I don't have anything to do. I'm a control deck, and they're not playing anything for me to control. There we go. There's something. So let's go ahead. Drop Princess Takes Flight. We'll exile their Galefang. I'm not going to get anything off of Chapter 2, but that's actually fine. I do have Spell Stutter up, which will counter something unless they pay 2. Alright, so they are... So, yep, there goes that plan. But if they do blow that up, they don't get their guy back, because it has to hit rank 3 in order for them to get their guy back. It's not an O-ring. So, opponent kind of misplayed that a little bit. This one I actually can Spell Stutter because they've tapped out almost. So now we can, I think, just Gatekeeper, honestly. Sure, they've got a Fey Negotiator that does stuff, I'm sure. No, it doesn't, it's just a 3/5 flying. If he had something to bargain, then it would have leached 3 life. 4, 5. So I've got 7 mana. So let's go ahead and grasp the Negotiator. Go ahead, swing in, and plop down Sharae. Oh yeah, I forgot she has an ETB that can tap something down. And then whenever she taps something down, I draw a card, I drew the Sprite. So yeah, she's gonna go ahead and kill Sharae. That's unfortunate. So let's go ahead and drop our Snare Master Sprite. We will go ahead and pay the extra 2, tap the Genealogist, put a stun counter on it, go to combat, swing in 6 to your face, and then just for fun, we'll drop Celebrant, bounce the Sprite so that I can do it again next turn, and grab... Oh, it's the Scry? Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Actually, I don't even need Interlopers here. We're going to go ahead and grab Transmuter. And then we'll end turn. They'll get the Oath back, but that's fine if he wants to swing with it. Beanstalker Worm, alright. Chances are he's not attacking. We will go ahead and tap target creature, curse it. We will go ahead and tap target creature and swing in for 9. That worked out fairly well. And to think, if I would have had Sharae on the battlefield, all of those taps would have drawn me cards too. So let's see, we've got 3 mana into a board wipe. Yeah, we're keeping this hand. Owner of target attacking creature. Alright, so we are going to look to breach something. I could probably drop Sharae. So I'm looking at breach, turn 4 Sharae, turn 5 expel, possibly turn 6 Lockwhale. Let's go ahead and do that. I can drop the guard here, but he's better with Sharae already out, so I think I'm going to go for Lockwhale, as the sooner I can get this into adventure mode, the better I'll be. Because black especially has Thoughtseize effects, where they can look at my hand, force me to discard it, at which point I don't get to use either version of it. So his forest now produces double green. That seems weird. So we are going to bounce the Oath. Now, if he killed it in response, then the spell would counter and it would go to the graveyard. So if he had some kind of like murder spell in his hand, then that could have fizzled my Lockwhale. But now that it's on an adventure, it is exiled. It cannot be touched by removal by discard. So it is there. It is solid. It is locked in. As soon as I find 6 mana, I will have a 6/6 on the battlefield. I think Sharae is going to be the play here. It does leave it open to removal, but I think that is going to be... We'll try it at least. We'll see what opponent does. They're reading it. They're seeing which one they want to kill. Oh no, he's got a combo. And we're probably going to see some removal here. No, just a 4/2. Alright. Let's see. Oath can exile an artifact or enchantment. So it is good to keep note of that if I have any artifacts or enchantments. Let's see. Poisoner creates a food token. Tap, create a cursed roll. I do like that. That will make that 4/2 into a 1/1, which is far more manageable. So let's go ahead and tap down that Outrider. We'll draw a card off of Sharae, which is another Vantress Transmuter. Very nice. We'll go to combat. Sure, we'll swing all out. There's really no reason to hold back, I don't think. Let's see. Celebrant. I don't really have anything that I want to bounce. No, so I think I'll just pass. Unfortunately, that means I don't have mana for either of those. He's gaining life. Okay. Yep, another Gumdrop Poisoner comes down and kills Sharae. Gains -X, the amount of life you gain this turn. Okay, yep. That's honestly fine. I mean, sure. I do have 6. I can Lockwhale. I think we're just going to go ahead and curse it. I still really don't have anything I want to bounce. But I do think I want the body. So we'll go ahead and drop Celebrant. We'll decline the bounce. Oops! I meant to decline. Oh well. We do have... I do like both of those spells. We'll go ahead and keep them on top. I should have done that in reverse order, because then I could have used Quick Study to get the spell stutter. Oh well. If I played correctly, this would have a whole different name. Okay. So he is getting a field full of critters, which is great for me because he doesn't know that I have expelled the interlopers. Oh, yes, buddy. Sure, you do that. Yeah, you empty your hand. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to expel the interlopers next turn anyway, which is going to kill my own celebrant, so there's no reason to keep it back here. I don't have any way of keeping it. If I had, like, if this was a way to bounce or another celebrant, then I would have let the 3 damage go through, but there's no reason not to block here. So we will go ahead and expel, 0, kill literally everything. I wish I had another mana though, because I really would have liked to have kept up Spell Stutter. Oh, he got Poisoner back. Okay. So he's got a 3/3 and a 3/2 lifelink coming. I think we'll just go ahead and pass. We'll keep up Spell Stutter, Quick Study, and Lock Whale. So we'll just see what opponent wants to do here. If they cast something really big, I can stutter it. That he can just pay for, so we'll just let it resolve, I suppose. Sure, let's go ahead and drop the whale. He already knows it's coming. Sugar Rush. Ooh, very nice. Except it doesn't happen. So now he doesn't block, which of course not. And then I can Vantress Transmuter, which will give me a blocker for his Horseman. So he can do Poisoner, but it will only X3 something, which means that it's not lethal. Alright, I'll go ahead and make this trade, sure. It'll get rid of the Horseman, but then when he brings his Gumdrop, whatever, back in, it will not, because he didn't gain any life. He forgot to gain life first. If he would have used his food token, then Poisoner would have killed the Transmuter. Alright, so now let's go with... We'll go ahead and swing everything, see what opponent does. They'll probably just let it go through and then swing back because they've got 6 life between Poisoner attacking and their food token. So I don't think they're really worried about... He is gonna block. Alright. That's cheeky. So if I keep 3 up, I can still cast 4. So we'll go ahead and pop out our Frostbridge Guard and our Hopeful Vigil. That'll keep 3 up for Quick Study. And give me almost lethal next turn. But yep, opponent fizzled out, and we got there again. Alright. Had the opponent played that a little bit differently, yeah, we are not keeping just blue. No. We're not keeping just white. No. Alright, this I can at least try to keep. So we've got mana into a bunch of 2-drops and a Transmuter. So we'll actually tuck one of the planes. I do want the Scry on Freeze in place. Going this deep, the Scry is going to be good. The Scry off of Vigil, maybe even. I honestly think Frostbridge Guard is the one to tuck here. Because I can get a Scry off of Freeze in place, I can get a Scry off of Vigil, which will get me the lands I need to get up to Transmuter. Plus the tap there. It's only a 1-time, it's not as good as Guard, but I think it's what we gotta do. But as I was saying, I think the opponent could have at least kept themselves afloat for a couple turns if they would have not done the block there. And instead, alright, let's go ahead and use Freeze in place here. Get the Scry, I definitely need that. We'll jump stopgap, I don't need that, I need lands. Because you've got the 3/2 lifelink, you've got the 3 life off of the food token, so he's got 6 life coming. So taking a 6 damage hit sounds bad, but really isn't because he can recover from that. So it would have given him at least another turn to draw possibly something else to get him out of whatever mess I had him in. I think we'll do Vigil here. It doesn't get me a scry now, but it does get me a blocker for the Ranger. High Wielder is good. That first strike is going to kill me. But that's where my Lock Whale comes into play. Or I could just Transmuter it. I think we'll just Transmute it. So we'll tap the Pie Wielder, we'll make it a 1/1. It still has the Celebration Double Strike. So I do have to worry about that. But I'm up to 4 mana now, so I can drop the Transmuter. I can blow up Vigil. I'm still in a very, very bad place. But what 1 mana combat tricks are there in white? I think there's some pretty good ones. I think a block here will blow me out. So we'll go ahead and pass to blockers. We'll go ahead and make this block here, see what he does. I do have mana up for Whale if he had a combat trick. So I think we'll definitely... Oh, I can't keep that up though. We'll go ahead and drop the Transmuter here, because I think having that blocker is going to be important to at least stave off some of the bleeding. Of course, he could just have a cut down, in which case I'm screwed either way, but... Full swing. Okay, they're making Ginger Blue unblockable, that's fine. I think we'll go here. Just because the potential double strike might be harmful. He could have a combat trick to blow it out. There is a red-white adventure that's pretty common. I think it gives +4/+2 actually. In which case I'm just toast. Nope, he is sacrificing for the light blades. Awesome. Alright. Huh. Did not see that coming. I think we're gonna sacrifice Hopeful Vigil, get my scry on. 2 lands coming up, beautiful. I think we'll tuck one of them. And we'll pass the turn. Because my play is to bounce something here with the Whale and then to cast it next turn. We'll go ahead and bounce the Skewer Slinger. He'll probably tuck it on bottom because he hasn't seen any flyers yet. No, he wants it on top? Okay. That was unexpected. That's not going to do anything against a 6/6. Protective Parents might. And now he triggers Celebration. So let's go ahead and do our Lock Whale. He could have cut in, which deals 4 damage. He could have some pump, so my Lock Whale could very easily die to a combat trick. Now he wants Protective Parents to die here, because Protective Parents would give a Young Roll token to the Pie Wielder, giving it double strike. It's got double strike now, okay. But he is tapped out, so... I think blocking Ash is the best thing to do here because he doesn't have any combat tricks. I do take a lot of damage, but... Oh, bloody hell. So let's go ahead and drop the Sprite. I don't know what I'm going to stun, though. Probably the Parents. Not that it really matters. I need some action here. Picnic Ruiner. That's some action, kind of. So let's exile Ruiner. Hopefully I draw a bargain spell next turn. Knowing my luck, it'll just be another land. Oh, that's bad. That's very, very bad. Sure. I mean, I might as well. He's just gonna kill me on the backswing because I can't draw anything to save me here. And I didn't get any bargains, so he's gonna get his critter back next turn. We'll go ahead and block the mouse. Nothing else really matters here. Now I get my bargain. Well, thank you for being too little too late. I need to put her down because I'd like to bargain you. Actually, I can because I control this token. And then I can curse the Archon. So that 3/2 will power up the Archon of Wild Rose. But I don't think I have a choice, I have to block. Now he gets a young hero roll, which he can put on High Wielder. So we'll bring back the Sprite. I don't think Sharae helps me out here, but we'll go ahead and do that. We'll recast Sprite. Pay the extra 2. Stun the Pie Wielder. I don't know what I need, but I need. So we'll curse him back to a 1/1. Put that down. Go ahead and start swinging. I mean, they can let it through once, but then they're gonna have to start blocking. Oh, and yeah, that's gonna be a good game because I can't take care of them both. Yeah, we'll go ahead and still swing in. He does have to block, that's true. I might... Oh... I am gonna have an amazing top deck here. So I have to chump this, otherwise I die. He should have swung with both, because that way he would have at least gotten 1 damage through. Oh, I threw it! I had it! Oh, no! Oh! Oh, God. Oh, that one hurts. Because, oh, if I would have grasped something untapped, I could have won. Oh! Alright, well, that one was entirely my fault. I can't blame anybody else for that but me. Ward 2, I can't touch that even if I wanted to, so Frostbridge Guard it is. And a tough cookie. Alright, well, that I can at least do something about. That does give him a food token, though. I don't think that I really want to do that. Let's just go ahead and drop Mocking Sprite. We'll see what he does with his cookie. He actually can start making things into 4/4s, so maybe I should have bounced it. That's not even a tap ability. Wow, that is one tough cookie. Genealogist will put a Royal Roll on the cookie, which will give it Ward 2? Ward 1. Alright. Swing 3. No, I'll just let it hit, that's fine. So with Sprite, my instants and sorceries cost 1 less. But with Ward, my targeting spells cost 1 more. So it kind of evens out. So there's that. We'll go to combat. We'll swing 2 in the air that he can't block. Let's see, I do have freeze in place. So I'm going to go for the Scry. We'll go ahead and tuck Diminisher Witch. I don't have anything really to bargain with. I do want Grasp of Fate, though. That is very good removal. As much as I would love to have a land here, I'm not going to tuck Grasp of Fate hoping to draw a land. I'm definitely going to keep that removal. I'll hold on to it for, 4 or 5 turns if I have to. So he gets another food that he can turn into a 4/4 with the cookie. I honestly need to get rid of the cookie. Oath, but he can't bargain. If he would have waited on Oath, man, he would have had such a juicy target here. It does mean I'm not going to bounce the Oath, though, because that would just be silly of me. And I can't bounce the Admirer because I can't pay for the ward, so I don't have anything that the Lockwhale can bounce. Ooh. There you go, buddy. If he swings in, I'll absolutely 2 for 1. Oh. Alright, let's go ahead and do Princess Takes Flight. So that will get rid of the Oath. Now, if I do make it to Chapter 3, because I don't have anything to bargain with, when the Oath does come back into play, it will not be bargained. That bargain is only when you cast the spell. So since he won't be casting the Oath, then there's nothing to bargain. Oh, that's right, he killed my fairy. I can't do Lagoon Breach. So yeah, the guard becomes a 4/4. That happens. We'll go ahead and swing. So if I want to bounce the Admirer, I can't do anything because I need to pay the ward 2. So that's literally all I can do this turn. Which means he will be getting his Oath back. Wow, opponent's hand was stacked. I could save the Lockwhale for the Beanstalk Worm, but nah, let's go ahead and breach the Toadstool Admirer. Chances are he'll tuck it. No, he puts it on top? Alright. So he gets Oath back. I don't have enough mana to cast any of my exiled spells. Let's stun the Beanstalker Worm. And I really wish I could draw some lands here. That's actually going to get pretty big because he can put 2 counters on it a turn. If I double block, he'll kill the guard because of the tap abilities. So I think I'll just let it go. I do want to keep that tap open because That might be the only thing that saves me from the worm. Alright, I'm at 5. One more. I'll go ahead and swing with the Sprite. Just because I can. I'll pass the turn, see what happens. Yeah, make a food. Drop a 3-2. Yep. Grow the oath. I can't stop it. Let's go ahead, before I pass to attackers, we'll go ahead and tap the worm and the genealogist, just because it doesn't matter. God, I can't. I gotta keep that on top. All right, so that land might do something. So I can either do a 4-6, a 6-5, or a 6-6. So I've got to do the 6-6. And I have to do it now. Oh, I should have said... Goosh. I think I'm dead. I should have kept that back as a chump blocker. I think I'm dead. Because I can only block 2 things. Oh, jeez. I'm definitely dead. Yeah. I'm definitely dead. Okay. If I quick study, I might get a land. I think I need to Archive Dragon. I do like Cursed Roll. Second Sharae does nothing. And that does set up next turn so I can Sharae plus Cursed Roll. So that Scavenger is potentially a 7-6. And Toadstool is potentially a 5-5. And he's on mono green, so that's potentially a... Never mind. I was going to say that's potentially a Titanic Growth. But it's not, it's a monster roll. Okay, so he's got the 5-5. He's just going to sit back and keep pumping Toadstool, isn't he? Honestly, an attack with a Scavenger here would be beneficial to him. Because, yeah, it will die, but I will have to double block it in order to do so. Or I chump block it and he gets rid of one of my things. But I can't just let it go because that's 7 damage. That'll put me down to 1. Alright, so let's pop Sharae. I can't do anything about the Toadstool Admirer, though. But I can tap and stun the Scavenger. We'll draw a card, which is a land. And then because this is a sorcery, we'll go ahead and adventure one of the Beanstalk Worms to make it a 1-1. And that's all I can hope for here. I think I have to wait. So he's gonna look for a creature. Oh, that is a nice find. Oh. There is one card that saves me here, and that is Expel the Interlopers. Alright, let's quick study here. Hopefully I can find my board wipe. Nope. I guess we'll just keep the... Oh! No! Crap! Nope! Stop! I want to do my land drop first! Shit! I wanted to do my land drop first. That way I could have actually paid for its ability and drawn a card! Another Toadstool Admirer. Alright, well, this is getting kind of ridiculous. Alright, this is what I was afraid of. But opponent is tapped out, so powers are what powers are. So I do need to block and kill all 3 of these, though. I think. Do that take 4? What? Oh, I didn't see the 4th. Oh, I didn't see that one. Well, of course I would have blocked that one if I would have seen it. There were too many lines going everywhere. I couldn't see everything. Alright, that one was Arena's fault for not being a tabletop. I've got 2 mana. I mean, hopefully I'll draw some land, unlike last game. I am at 2-2, so the arena algorithm should give me a freebie this match. Because it likes to get you to 3-3. So... because that way you're like, well, I got 3 wins, I did okay, you know, and so then you're likely to come back and play again. Whereas if you just get completely stomped all the time, then you're like, oh, I don't like this game, I don't even know why I play. Which I've been that person before. So I do have Spell Setter up here. If they go to cast some more ramp or something big, then I can go ahead and drop that. Or I can save it. It looks like they're on the blue-green Big Stuff Matters deck. So I probably want to save Spell Setter until they get up to that 5 mana point, because then I can drop something really big. Unless they're on white-green, in which case the only 5 drop they have is Sir Armont, and we might as well go ahead and counter it now. And Mana Screw! Who called it? Alright, well, that was a good stream, wasn't it? What the bloody hell? Alright, well, we will go ahead and bounce that just because I don't have anything else to do with my mana. If I have to take my turn again, so do you. Alright, well, at least we got a mana this time. Let's see, I can do really nothing. I can curse it. Well, that would be better after I get Sharae out, so I think I'm going to wait on that. Once again, Celebrant would be better once I have Sharae out, because then I can bounce it and then do something else. And I think we'll just go ahead and do Tome Seeker. We won't bargain it, just so that I have a blocker out. He's not going to attack with the Knight of Doves, though. That's something he'll attack with. Everything gets trample. Whenever a creature power 4 or greater enters the battlefield, draw a card. Alrighty, well. Let's go ahead and pop Sharae. We'll tap down the parents. Attack with the Tome Seeker. He's not gonna block. Nope, just a Beanstalk Worm. Alright. That's a thing. Nice synergy there, though. Honestly. Up the Beanstalk draws, and then Garrick's draws. Very, very nice. So we will go ahead and tap that sucker down, curse it into a 1/1. I do have Sprite. I drew a Sprite. I could do it again. I think I like that play. So let's pay the 2. We'll tap the Doves. Next turn I can Celebrate the Sprite to tap something else down. Another Knight of Doves. Okay. let's go ahead, exile the parents. Yeah, I think I'll just do it right now. We'll go ahead and drop Celebrant. And we'll bring back... ooh, I do like that. Sure, let's go ahead and just swing it. He can block with the Fawn if he wants to save himself from 2 damage. He can block the Sprite with the Worm to kill it, to save himself 1 damage. I don't think he's going to. With Stopgap, I could actually bounce Princess Takes Flight again. Does he have a Titanic Growth in his hand? So I can kill 1 of them. So he is going to kill Sharae. Honestly, that's fine. We'll go ahead and do that. Knight of Doves says whenever enchantment he controls. I controlled the curse token. That is a curse token that he controls. So he can get doves off of that. This makes me think he's got some kind of pump spell, and I should probably just take the damage. So I'm gonna... Oh, I should have attacked first. Exile the courier. He'll go ahead and get some birds, that's fine. I'm actually okay with that. I think... This doesn't sound right, but I think I'm going to Stopgap. No, I think I'll do that next turn. Next turn I'll go ahead... Well, next turn I wanted to Expel because... You know what? I've got some time. I think I'm going to Stopgap, or I'm going to Quick Study here. I'll just take whatever damage, pretend to be on the back foot, and then I've got Expel coming up. Let him maybe drop another big creature, and then I can just Expel to end things. And then I've got... Maybe I can draw my 6th land. Oh, I've got 6 lands. So then I can start popping my big stuff. Oh, beautiful! Absolutely, yes! Oh, that is beautiful! And now my Expel the Interlopers will just get rid of all of them. So we'll go ahead and Quick Study before my turn to draw a couple cards. We'll give... Doesn't really matter, does it? So I've got 7 mana to work with. But I do need to bargain here or else he'll get that thing back. So we'll grab one of his tokens with Princess Takes Flight. He's thinking I got some kind of combat trick and whether or not he should block. Blocking with one of the Gruff triplets is definitely the thing to do because it'll make the other one a 6/6 trample. He's just going to Light Blades. Awesome. I think I'm going to take a hit. So I can take 7 here. I want him to blow graveyard removal on the Beanstalk Worm. I want him to think that I don't have a way of getting rid of the triplet, so that he commits more to the board. So yeah, I am going to take some damage here. He's going to hold back the blocker. Alright. I don't know what haste there is in white-blue, but sure. Alright, well let's go ahead and expel all of his interlopers. We will go ahead and drop Mocking Sprite, which is fitting. And now he's going to do his Graveyard Recursion to get back Gruff Triplets. Yep. No, Knight of Doves? Mana value 3 or less. Okay, so that's why he couldn't get back Gruff Triplets or his Beanstalk Worm. So Knight of Doves is potentially a 2/4. Both to the bottom. Okay. So I have 9 mana to work with. So let's go ahead and do... So we'll go 4 and 4 makes 8. Yeah, sure. We'll go ahead and swing in. If he drops the dove, that's fine. Maybe I should have saved it. If he's got a pump spell, then he's got a pump spell. If not, I think this is just about over. We'll go ahead and do the Frostbridge Guard, just in case he gets another big thing out. It'll let me tap it down. And yeah, this game is pretty well done. And opponent agrees. So, like I said, algorithm, called it. Wanted to make sure I got that third win before it shut me down. Alright, so we are at 3 wins, 2 losses, which means that this is going to be my last game. Because Arena is going to make sure to put me up against an opponent and give them the perfect hand to foil whatever it is I'm doing. Red-blue spells, it looks like. I do have 2 Sharae. Not that that really matters because I don't have... I mean, I've got Princess Takes Flight for removal. Blue-green big stuff again. Okay. But I don't really have anything I can do, so... Alright, there's a 3/2. I can give it a Cursed Roll here, or... Yeah, because I don't have the mana to get up to the Lock Whale anyway. Transmuter is definitely more castable if I get another mana. And if I don't get another mana, then at least I'm only taking 1 and not 3. Ooh, Curiosity. So whenever this thing hits me, they're going to be drawing a card now. Which is going to give them a lot of gas. So let's go ahead and pop Sharae. Speaking of drawing card... Why did that not draw... Oh, because it was already tapped? It was already tapped, so I didn't draw a card. Oh. Well, that's poopy. I was expecting to draw a card off of that. Goose Mother. Wow. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and exile that. Hollow Scavenger, okay. 3/2, that does kind of counter Sharae a little bit. But kind of just like last game, my plan with Expel the Interlopers is to kind of play lame. So that they commit to the board, they drop their entire hand, and then I just kind of take some damage in the meantime. Until they tap out, and once they're done, then I'm able to expel, clear their entire board, and then start swinging in. Unfortunately, I don't really have a whole lot I can do right now. I can drop Princess Takes Flight, but I don't have any kind of bargain to get rid of things, so I think I just hang back past the turn. If he does attack him with Scavenger, I can bounce it. He'll probably put it on top because that is a very good creature. But that'll give me a couple turns to find either a bargain for Princess Takes Flight, or it'll give time for him to commit more to the board for Expel the Interlopers. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pass to blockers. We'll make this block. If he starts pumping the Scavenger, I can bounce it with the Lock Whale. And so we'll wait for him to do that. Or he'll do that. That will kill Sharae, but I do have another one, so I'm not that worried about it. And I do want him to pump Hollow Scavenger, which he's not doing. I think I still Lock Whale the Scavenger. Because if I Lock Whale the Witch, then he can respond by pumping the Scavenger. Whereas if I Lock Whale the Scavenger, there's no point to pumping it, because, you know, he'll just be losing his food. Alright, so now I have a bargain for Sharae. For Princess Takes Flight. Alright, let's Princess Takes Flight. Does he have a counterspell? We'll exile the Witch. He probably does. He's got the ice out, I bet. But that's okay. Bargain is part of the casting cost. So I still get to get rid of the Witch permanently. He might keep Verdant Outrider, which Expel will get rid of here in a couple turns anyway. What is that last card if it's not Ice Out? I guess he didn't care about Ice Out because he can just recast it this turn. But Ice Out means that Expel is not a viable plan, because I would have to do it now while he's tapped out, because I wait for him to untap, then Ice Out will get me. Another Hollow Scavenger, nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and drop Frostbridge Guard. That should be under the radar enough that he doesn't Ice Out, and threatening enough that he might want to. Let's go ahead and Transmuter here. Once again, I'm trying to bait out that Ice Out that I think he has, because I do not want him to Ice Out the Dragon or the Lock Whale. God, he's got so much food though. I am gonna chump block because even if he doesn't know it, he can... Oh, he can only activate it once? Oh, I thought you could just keep pumping it. You can only activate it once? That's a little bit different then. Yeah, I'll just take 5 then. So let's go ahead and Sprite. I'll pay the extra 2 just to put a stun counter up there. Go to combat. Swing out. Do 5. He can't really do anything on the swing back, so he does have a lot of food. So he's essentially at 30 life. 33 life. Okay, I did not see that coming. And he's still got Ice Out mana. And that is not a tap ability, so he can make all his stuff into 4/4s next turn. I gotta go for it, I think. So we'll grab the ice out. Yep. And then we'll just hope I survive next turn. I probably should have dropped the Snare Master as a chump blocker. Ooh, that's good. So he's gonna bounce, probably the guard. Oh, he's just gonna cast the Gatekeeper, he's not even gonna bounce anything. Alright. Yeah, I think I go ahead and take it. At least I get something off the board. Yeah, I'm 2 for winning myself, but... Well, Sharae to tap down the Gatekeeper, and that leaves me with 3 mana open for the guard to tap down at least one of his foods. Tap and curse, okay. Make some foods, sure. We'll tap at least one of them down so that I don't take too many hits. Unfortunately, my only play here is going to be Bargain, the Grasp of Fate. To get back, expel the Interlopers. We will go ahead and expel the Interlopers greater than or equal to 2. That will actually keep Sharae while clearing his board. He does have a 3-4 coming down, but I also have a 6-6 coming down. So ultimately, I think we're in a decent position. I do not want to bounce the Transmuter. I couldn't even if I wanted to. But we will go ahead and Snare Master to tap, stun, and draw a land. No reason not to swing for one here. I mean, the opponent can start munching away on his food, but we'll go ahead and drop a 6-5. Hopefully that will keep him from attacking. He's just got more land. That is nice. And we got there. Woo! I only had to board wipe twice to do it. Oh boy. And this is where it ends, folks. Because we've got nothing until turn 4. If I even get enough lands to get up there. I can at least do Croaking Curse. Possibly into Quick Study to get me up to 4 mana. So we'll keep... Oh, expel the Interlopers right away. Alright, well, I guess there's hope. We'll go ahead and pass the turn. If they cast a Crater, I can tap it and draw a card off of it. Yeah, I think we'll do it just for the Scry draw. Yeah, I need land. And Sharae number 3. Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and turn my parents into a frog. With the Miniature Witch, I can actually bargain away that curse token to put another one out. But, I mean, that honestly doesn't really matter here. I need a land. I need a land. my only play here is Quick Study. Diminisher Witch just kind of helps them out. So we'll Quick Study, see if I can get a land. Alright. That puts me on Sharae mana, so I think we'll just take our beats this turn. And then we'll just let my opponent kill Sharae. Charmed Clothier, very nice, makes a regal roll. So I'm going to take 5. Sure, let's just go ahead and expel now. It kind of clears up the board a little bit. He might have some bigger stuff that I might want to expel later, but hopefully I can keep anything else tapped down. Oh, well, that's not good. That's not what I was hoping for at all. So here comes the Charmed Clothier again, which I'm going to have to find some way to deal with. Or I can just discard 2 cards. Island Sharae, I guess. It's one benefit to having extra Sharae is that I can just throw them away. I don't have anything to bargain, though. So I think Transmuter is my play here. I could drop Witch too, just with no curse. I think I'm going to hold on to it because I might draw the Princess Takes Flight, and I will want a bargain card for that. So I think I'll just swing in for 2 here. If he does do Charmed Clothier on the Protective Parent, it's still only going to be a 4/3. Okay, I was not expecting Moment of Valor. That was a good play. Why did I do that? I wanted them to attack with it into my Transmuter. That seemed kind of silly. I think I just shot myself in the foot there. I wanted him to attack with Protective Parents. Oh well. Opponent is pretty tapped out now, though. Sure, we'll go ahead and Snare Master the Keep Guard. So yeah, I can pay the ward. He has another... Oh, okay. I guess that's alright. So the parents do come back with a Young Hero roll. Charmed Clothier gets a Young Hero roll. He gets some scries, but I get a stopgap. Alright, let's go ahead and put a freeze on them. I do like Grasp of Fate. I don't need any lands. And then we'll go ahead and bounce without Bargain Clothier. And that'll draw me a card, which I can use to get rid of some of his stuff. Yep, Clothier again. It puts a Royal Roll somewhere else. Drops off the other one. Alright, we'll get a decent board state up. Hopefully I've got enough to carry me through. More parents. Alright. Keep guard can pump for 2, so it's actually 4 damage. I think it's a 4/4. I think it's +1/+1. We'll see when opponent uses it. Opponent doesn't use it. So we'll do Hopeful Vigil to grab a Knight token. Let's see, we can Diminish her Witch, bargaining the Hopeful Vigil, Planes to the bottom, the Whale I will keep, and then we'll go ahead and curse the parents. Swing in the air. Keep my grounds to block. Got a 2-turn clock. I still got a 2-turn clock. Just for giggles, let's go ahead and double block there, single block there. If he does pump the keep guard, it'll still die. The only one that can get the young hero roll from the protective parents dying is the protective parents, which will actually turn it from a 4/3 down into a 3/2, but then when it attacks it'll become a 4/3 again. Oh, he can do it twice? I didn't know you could do that multiple times. Oh, hell! That is a completely different story. I thought you could only do that once each turn. That is an amazing card. I should have just chump blocked it then. I didn't know that. A Scry to the bottom. So we'll still attack all. We'll keep Sharae. Actually, I probably should have attacked with Sharae too. I don't think it's going to matter, but we'll go ahead, end the turn. I have enough mana that I can bounce, pay the ward, and still cast Lockwhale. I mean, we'll take the 4. We'll go ahead and bounce. We'll take the ward. He puts it on bottom. We'll cast the Lockwhale. I'll take 4, but then kill him on the backswing. Oh, and we made it to gold. And that was actually win number 5. So, had I paid for this draft, I would have gotten my full entry back. So I am definitely okay to lose this game because that's what's going to happen. It looks like opponent is on either mono red or white red aggro. Yep, there we go. Red black rats. Possibly the best color combination in the format. Sack a creature, deal 1 damage to any target. Okie dokie. I think holding up Spell Stutter is better here than bouncing his Spear Guard that he's just going to cast anyway. So we'll hold up Spell Stutter, see what opponent does, and then stop it. Totentans. Totensan, Toten whatever it is his name is, nothing. He's just gonna block me. Alright, I could Sprite to stun the Spear Guard. I don't think it's worth it though. I'm just gonna pass on. That is worth countering, because then he doesn't get the rats, and it goes to the graveyard because it's countered, so he doesn't get the adventure portion either. So that was worth a Spell Stutter. That's worth a Spell Stutter too. we will go ahead and tap down the edge wall pack. And I get to draw a card off of it. Yay. I actually don't care if he uses Goblin Bombardment to kill Sharae. He's wiping his own board to do it. So I'm honestly okay with that. Let's go ahead and block here because the rat will at least stay dead. So you got Pump? Alright. That's fine. The rat still stays dead. Let's go ahead and bounce the Spear Guard. And I don't get any value off of it, but I still think stunning the Edgewall pack is the appropriate play here. If he sacks it to Goblin Bombardment, then I got rid of a 3/3. That vermin is going to get very big. Because whenever something dies, whenever something dies, that grows. So he can just start sacking stuff to bombardment until vermin just gets way out of control. We'll drop Sharae to tap down vermin. And that's all I can do. I'm not going to block with the Sprite, so I might as well attack with it. I can't block the pack. We'll go ahead and block the rat again. I know he's just going to kill Sharae with bombardment. Oh, he's not going to kill Sharae, he's going to kill the Sprite. Alright, sure. Honestly, I think my play here is just Celebrant into Sharae, which means I should have attacked first. We'll tuck the land, keep the dragon though. I don't get to draw off of Sharae here, unfortunately, because it was already tapped. But at least it doesn't untap to hit me in the face. Maybe I should have bottomed dragon because I need to dig for my board wipe. The only thing that saves me here is my board wipe. Yeah, we'll go ahead and block it. Just gonna grow the vermin. Wait for it to die, wait for the rat token to come out, sack the rat token to bombardment to kill the Celebrant. Bottom, give me that board wipe. The only problem is I don't think I survived this turn. Maybe I should have gone Sprite Witch just to get blockers out. Because that's lethal. Yep, and the algorithm proves again that you cannot get, well, actually, never mind. I did get more than 3 wins. I guess it just did that just to shut me up about the algorithm, didn't it? But hey, I got my 5 wins. That was my prize back, so I am honestly okay with that. And opponent was on red, black rats. That is like the top tier deck in the format. If you can get a good rats deck, you are just going to destroy literally everybody. So that is our draft today. Loss number 1 is entirely my fault. Yeah, I had the win there at the end. I just completely whiffed it. Loss 2, I was on a mull to 5. Honestly, you're just gonna lose on a mull to 5. It happens when you get mana screwed. But honestly, the other 8 games were all very good. Well, wait, 6 games. My opponent was just better there. They had the better deck. They got a good aggro start. Their deck popped off. They won. I mean, game 1 I lost. Game 2 Arena screwed me. Game 3 opponent won. So I'll take that one on the chin. I deserve that one. I think we could have done better. I know we could have gotten 6 wins from that game 1. So anyway, from our free draft token, we did get 1,600 gems. Normally, a premier draft, as we see down here, is 1,500 gems. So we did get a full entry back, along with 4 booster packs to boot. Oh, and we got an additional pack for our Mastery Pass for leveling up, along with a pack of Dominaria United. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. We'll open all 5, and it just puts everything on the screen. So we did get 5 packs, 6 rares, looks like 1 mythic. So here we've got rare number 1 is Yenna Red Tooth Agent, copies enchantments. So that's pretty cool. If it's an aura, untap it and then scry. Wow, that looks like an amazing build around. I'd honestly like to see a standard deck, a enchantment auras deck with that, but it might be too slow. Standard is a pretty fast format. Huntman's Redemption, create a beast, sack a creature to search a creature. Those actually work very well together because Yenna can copy the Huntsman's Redemption. Will give you another 3/3 that you can then sacrifice to go tutor another creature. I mean, Yenna being a creature that is tutorable off of the sacrifice, so even if you don't have Yenna, you can take the beast from the Huntman Redemption on Chapter 2, sacrifice it to find Yenna, drop it because you're, I mean, turn 3, turn 4. I mean, that looks like an amazing, a great play. You can even Utopia on turn 1, Huntsman on turn 2, Yenna on 3. Anyway, next we have Leyline of Anticipation, our Enchanted Tales. You may cast spells as though they have flash, and if it's in your opening hand, you just start with it on the battlefield. Nothing like a 4-drop enchantment for free on turn 0, huh? Hilda's Crown of Winter. We did see that in one of our drafts earlier. It is a very good card. It didn't help me win that draft, though. 3 Blind Mice. Another very good target for Yenna. Creates that mouse, and then it creates tokens. So you could have Yenna make a token copy of 3 Blind Mice. And chapters 2 and 3 could then target the 3 Blind Mice token. And you can just have mouse coming out of your ears. So yeah, that looks, and then once they start popping, they gain +1 in vigilance each turn. And so that would just kind of spiral right there. So, I mean, we've got the starts of a very good white-green saga deck here. With Yenna, with Huntsman into Yenna into 3 Blind Mice. That just sounds like an amazing deck if it can start working. And then we've also got a Sir Armont down there. Just, it's on color. You can get some rolls out. Why not? Anyway, our mythic today is Kellen the Fey Blooded. He's actually the avatar that we're running right now. Goes along with the white-red celebration deck. Maybe, not really. But he is an aggro. Turn 2, you can search your library for an aura or equipment. And then turn 3, you can drop down a 2/2 double strike. You can use that aura that you just tutored up on the next turn to attach to him, to give everything else plus power. And yeah, it just very, very aggro, plus double strike. So let me know what your favorite card is of those that we pulled, of those that we drafted. And maybe we can see some decks start to form. Anyway, hit a like button down below. And I'll see you in the next video, I suppose.